in mid-January. An incredible atmosphere. Mississippi State at 12-4, 1-3 in the league. Auburn undefeated at home, 3-1 in the SEC in the home white uniforms, and Auburn controls the opening tip. Bulldogs open up in their man-to-man off a loss Wednesday night at Georgia. Auburn defeated Ole Miss earlier in the week. Tigers have been a mainstay in the top 25 this season. Allen Flanigan getting the start, his first since December, and he turns it over. Starting five for MSU: Davis, Eric Reed Jr., Jeffrey Smith, and Cameron Matthews. Tolu Smith hoping gets off to a better start than what we saw Wednesday in Athens. Sean Davis turns it over.
The keys to this game: which team can find easy points on the offensive glass?
Nothing has been easy today in this conference. We've seen upsets everywhere. Inside the flush by Cameron.
This is way too slow getting started.
Shot clock down to 7 already. Wendell Green dumps it off to Williams. That's a three! Since 2003, earlier this season, 11-0 to start. Tolu Smith against Broome. How about that finish at the rack?
How about the fact he started?
And that's in an effort to prevent Broome from getting in foul trouble, right?
Correct.
All right. I learned something today. Flanigan gathers and scores.
Well, it's good to see.
Season, Allen Flanigan. Smith aggressive, lost the handle. How about the save by Johnson? Here comes Williams. Stop and pop for three.
That's one.
5 minutes in, the lead is 4. Auburn ranked 21st in the country. Williams, the floater, he's got 8.
Jalen Williams last year to Jabari Smith. But I like what he brings to the table for this team. A guy who can score in the mid-range, a slasher.
Inside to Tolu Smith, he responds. The Florida so far.
So we played just over 5 minutes, and Mississippi State is zone pressed. Oh, here he is. Watch out.
Williams. Tough stretch for Mississippi State. Jeffries inside, missed the chip. He gets it back and connects 13-8. Williams, a brilliant pump fake, a Euro left-handed finish high off the glass again. The chip on my shoulder, it's always there. And I got to bring people up. I'm an energy guy, I'm an effort guy. It certainly resonates with this team. McNair, a strong move over Broome.
I like McNair to Tolu Smith, operating block to block.
At 13 in the win against Ole Miss when Tolu Smith had the foul trouble. That was critical.
Oh.
How about some bench production from Berman?
He said, what offense?
Coach Pearl said, yeah, we're going to play him today, especially with the injury to Chris Moore. Shaquille Moore, the finish, and a good one at the rim. 17, and we've been to so many shoot-arounds. And there's never been one of those situations where you feel like he's not 110% from the get-go. Wendell Green from downtown. That's a
Jans will live with that.
Here's Jeffries, lost it quickly the other way. Katie Johnson up and under. Katie wanted
one step. You mentioned the Vanderbilt Arkansas game. Vandy scored 63 in the second half.
That's unbelievable.
63.
Was Stackhouse playing? Tolu Smith, the reverse. Week against South Carolina, then Tennessee's comes to a close earlier today against Kentucky. Jeffries with a bounce, sliding in.
Anticipation I talked about.
Davis, Stevenson the board. And the putback finally, Jeffries taps it home. He's got 6.
Ooh, they are
runs. They've done it so far. Jeffries with 6 and 4 to start. Lead down to 4. Flanigan a step back triple, and that's good. So Auburn now 5.
Stock is going to skyrocket.
Last 3 games, he's averaged over 15 per. Jeffries, no. Moore chases it down, banks it in. Davis led the Pac-12 in assists last season. He'll get one here. Smith can finish, and he finally does on this. There's a steal by Green against Moore. Moore blocks it. Williams on the putback. 15 in the first with 15. Tolu Smith with 8. Shot clock is off. Flanagan thinking about it. And delivers. That's a 3.
Auburn had nothing going. Mississippi State had changed and went to 2-3. So watch, he's trying to give it up, and then nothing but bottom to go to the locker room.
I found that interesting because when we were here in December, he said we're looking somewhere between 5 and 11. So by his judgment, Auburn playing a little bit better in January than in December, as is Janai Broome, and those are his. We saw in Tuscaloosa today. They passed out 700 of those for all the followers of the Crimson Tide. Head coach Nate Oates. Broome rolls it in somehow, someway.
I think somebody for State needs to make a 3.
Tolu Smith, left-handed finish and a chance for 3 at the line. Smith in double. Reed off the mark. Williams saves it right to Tolu Smith.
Hey, you never save it. Why not?
Flanagan outside to Williams off the fake. That's another 3. 18 for change in his pocket from one to the other. I think turned a belt around or something. And when you know it, got rid of the shanks. It's like that. Spin and a beautiful move by Keyshawn Murphy. Donaldson. There's Katie Johnson.
Now back-to-back hockey plays.
Another 3 by Jalen Williams. 21 on the board. 3. Davis off the hesitation. Tolu Smith under control with 16. Back in, had a bucket in the first half. Feels like Johnson wants it here. Instead, back to Berman. Cardwell the putback. Short, Williams clears. Johnson fires. That's another 3. And a timeout called by Chris Gibbs. Auburn with its largest lead at 13. K.D. Johnson, he touches the basketball tonight. Won't have another home game for 11 days. LSU on the wrong end of that beatdown against Alabama. Williams, what a pass to Cardwell! Jalen Williams doing it all.
Watch his eyes read the weak side. There's no help. Cardwell delivers. Overall win with that road win at Houston.
Remember, Tennessee beat Kansas as well earlier in the season. Jeffries, the finish and the foul. Here comes Mississippi State. Couldn't text me. Had to speak to text. We appreciate it nonetheless. 5 teams from the league outside of Kentucky in the field. The finish by Green, another foul called, and it's whistled against Shaquille Moore.
Turnovers in that road win. That's winning statistics.
Green's been productive at the line. The lob for Matthews, and down it goes. Lead down, team in maroon. Davis, Smith, finger rolls it in.
Don't look now.
Jeffries, no. Flanagan. Attacking. With authority.
Oh, man, get up on your trampoline, young fella. Auburn, up 7 at home.
Turns it over on the pass to Smith. Flanagan, the jump stop. Jasper wide open. That's a 3.
Boy, is that good to see, because 28% this year is his worst three-point.
Inside out, back to Moore. Shaquille Moore wide open, connects. Davis under control and a strong finish. Jeffries plowing through a screen. Deep three. Green connects. Big time bucket.
Moment.
And the steal. There goes Wendell. What for Wendell Green. Matthews.
My goodness.
Hard-fought home win for 21st ranked Auburn, 69-63. Our final score on the Plains.
Wasn't always a thing of beauty, but the active home win streak goes to 28.